What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to talk about how the new supply didn't see this coming. And this applies to all of us who have played the role of the new supply before. Say, for example, you're seeing someone, y'all hit it off, and we all know how it is when the narcissist love bombs you, when they do everything they can to insist that you take them up on every offer. So we give in because it's like they don't give us room to really think about it. They pretty much rush us into a relationship. So you're in a relationship with the narcissist now, and things are going pretty well, and you think that, you're giving them everything that you should in a relationship. But when it comes to intimacy, notice how the narcissist expects so much more than what you're willing to give as time goes by. When at first they were fine with the way things were, they enjoyed it, but now they're becoming a little hard to please, to where they're constantly, requesting that you do this and you do that, anything just to meet their needs, to the point where it takes, away all of the enjoyment from you. So when it happens, you find yourself constantly pleasing them till you forget about yourself. And of course, the narcissists don't care because it's about them. And they talk that noise like what you're doing to please them should automatically please you, like it's a compliment or something. And so when it happens, they're trying to manipulate you into thinking that it's necessary that you just, do the absolute most to make them happy when it comes to intimacy. And I'm not just talking about sex. I'm talking about anything that gives them your time, that shows them that you're really enjoying their company and it makes you feel good. But when you start to feel like you're not gaining anything from it, that's when it's time to question, the red flags in a relationship. And when you question it, the narcissist, it's just like, no matter what, they always have an excuse for the way they act. They never admit to, okay, maybe I am going a little overboard. Maybe I am being an a-hole. They don't care about how you feel or meeting your needs. It's all about them. And you start to notice this throughout the relationship as the relationship age. And so now you find yourself frustrated and wondering, can I even please them? It's nothing that I could do that pleases them without them needing to guide me and navigate everything that I do. Narcissists make you feel like no matter what you do, it'll never be good enough, because that's who they are. It doesn't matter if it's a relationship or not. They could never be pleased. They always need a little bit more. They always have to go the extra mile. They require so much more than you thought would be enough. Actually, more than enough. And they do that to string you along, to keep you in that position of supplying their needs. It drains you. It makes you miserable. It makes you frustrated and angry. And when you start to express those feelings to them, they complain about your reaction towards their behavior. See, that's what the devil does. He uses people to be that way so that they can keep you in a mindset of thinking that you're the problem. And a person that has consideration for other people's feelings, they would, think about that. But narcissists are not going to think that way. Because again, it's all about them and how you make them feel. So when you find yourself just going along to get along in a relationship with someone, maybe it's time to question it and ask yourself, what do you enjoy about it? What's keeping you there? The only thing that's keeping you there is how much time you're putting in now to please them. They may do things for you out of the blue sometimes, but trust me, it'll always be the bare minimum. They never really see your worth. And it takes a person who understands to care. But when you're dealing with the narcissist, they don't care to understand because they're selfish. And it's all about them. And they let you know that in the way they treat you and the way you feel at the end of the day. And then the moment they jump out of that character mode of manipulating you, playing in your head and making you think, okay, this is it. This is the last thing I'm going to ask. This is the last thing I'm going to ask. You know, I'm not going to bother you anymore. Just do this for me. Please just do this for me. And then you're constantly putting forth that effort to please them, giving them more and more and more. Again, it'll never be enough. But once they feel a little satisfied for the moment, they're back to, you know, being that old selfish way to where they don't care how much effort you put in to pleasing them. So again, they don't care about things that bothers you in a relationship. They don't care about pleasing you, you know, in an intimate way. They get very vulgar and disrespectful. They mishandle you in bed. Just treat you like a piece of meat to slaughter. You know, the women are man eaters. The men are dogs and very disrespectful. And they love to play these character roles, like the role play thing. They probably will use that as an excuse to call you out your name. And you may be like, I've never seen you this way before. You never act like that in bed before. Like, where did all that come from? When did we decide this is our thing now? That's not my love language. So where do you come off at? Where do you get that from? You know, the narcissist is going to always show you a new side to them. Something that strings you along and make you feel like, you know, you better get with the program. And God forbid you speak up and express how uncomfortable you are with that and your disagreements about it. They're going to criticize you and complain, call you names. They may even try to make you feel bad and call you childish because you don't want to do such things in an intimate way. You know, if a person can't be open-minded to the fact that they have to consider your feelings when they're being intimate, you don't need to be with them. If it's all about them, putting aside the things that you don't feel too comfortable with just to please them, you're never gonna be satisfied with them. You're gonna always be working overtime pleasing the narc. Now, the new supplier didn't see this coming when they thought, oh, they were taking the narcissist away from you. Little do they know they about to deal with a much bigger headache. Because the things you probably were willing to do to please that narc, now they got to work, you know, extra overtime to please them. And it'll never cease. The narc just does this from person to person to person. That's who they are. So that concludes this video. Thank y'all for watching. Leave a comment. Give me your opinion on it. And I'll talk to you soon.